Deforestation is a pressing global issue, and Nigeria faces mounting pressure to align with the European Union's new regulation on deforestation-free products. With the compliance deadline fast approaching, how can the country adapt its agricultural practices to meet these requirements? Premium Times is on the streets of Abuja to hear residents' thoughts on this.
It's basically the removal of forest reserves or plant cover.
How people, make our environment, natural environment, unconducive by cutting down trees, felling down trees, using it for something that is not economical, thereby reducing sometimes the air we breathe. Sometimes it affects the soil where we do our agriculture.
I believe deforestation causes desertification, right? So I believe places like maybe Borno, when you're expanding the area for maybe residential uses or whatnot. So I believe the desert begins to encroach into those areas that were covered by the forest before.
Yeah, deforestation affects the society negatively in the sense that trees that were supposed to prevent wind from damaging our houses. Whenever any society that practices that allow the illegal cutting down of trees, they suffer that because most houses just fall off.
Yes, like deforestation, like building of estates and everything. We see a lot of deforestation, cutting down of trees, like arable land meant for agriculture. That should just remove all the trees and just build houses.
You're cutting down trees, you help prevent, what's it called, wild animals like snakes, rabbits, rats, all of that. So you're not having like all these dangerous animals around the environment or your houses, buildings. Then also deforestation, I think one major benefit is also like you need woods, because you need wood for buildings.
See countries like China, they are suffering from wind damage. Of the recent one that happened at, I guess, 2021. I'm opportune to be in Wuhan then. The wind wasn't favorable. We have to leave Wuhan down to the what is it called, to Yimbong, for just because of the wind, the nature of wind.
It has an economic effect. It has a social effect. Okay, like this very place we are, you see how good it is because nature is around there. You deprive the soil of its virginity, its fertility. It affects agriculture.
I know personally, I remember there's this farm I know of where they cut down trees for firewood and more farming areas. So in that aspect, it affects farming.
Some of these very trees we talk about, they help in the soil nutrients. And by the time you start cutting off trees, it will affect even the productivity of the land.
Living organisms are dispersing from areas where deforestation happens and whatnot. So from the layman's perspective, not to talk about climate change and whatnot.
The government can do a lot of enlightenment and they can assist farmers and cut down the deforestation, like more building of estates and everything that leads to destruction of trees.
Even in Abuja, currently, some areas, they are still cutting down trees. They are just doing it, I don't know. But in my place, the government they have done well, that's in Enugu. If you are cutting down illegal trees, sometimes they do jail you. But I don't know of Abuja, if they have not placed it in Abuja.
It's a good one, if we can follow it up. Most of these very natural things, they are really, really good. Like trees, it's not that trees cannot be felled, but when you fell a tree, you plant another one to replace it so that the generation will keep growing through it. You don't just start cutting trees without replacing them the way we do in Africa. So if that is the idea, I think it's very, very good. We have to encourage it and we have to key into it. I think it's a 21st century idea.
Producing deforestation-free products is a challenging one, But it's essential for Nigeria to remain competitive in the global market while protecting its natural resources. The question remains, will Nigeria meet the EU's compliance deadline or risk falling behind? Stay tuned to Premium Times for more in-depth coverage of important issues. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Premium Times NG.